This podcast is part of Another Happy Studios,
the home of podcasts with passion.
Underground, overground, Wimbledon free. The one ball of Wimbledon covered are we. Hey folks, welcome to the Fishing Trip Files, a Gavin and Stacey podcast brought to you by Another Happy Studios. This is a podcast where every other week we like to take a look back at the wonderful, hilarious and silly, those three things. Silly little British sitcom that is Gavin and Stacey. My name's Pierce and I've been a lifelong fan of the show, but for my co-hosts it's their very first time watching. Speaking of co-hosts, hailing all the way from the USA, I'm joined by the one-of-a-kind Ari Bagari. Ari, if you got bitten by a zombie, would you tell your fellow survivors, or would you keep it a secret?
I wouldn't get bit by a zombie. But Pierce, I have a question for you. What's it like being able to hear out of both ears?
Not to show my hand too early, but I don't want to talk about that right now.
Okay.
All right, so you just refused the question, Ari? Is that?
Yeah, I would just not get bit. It's
Okay.
a skill issue.
But say you did.
If my identical but really stupid clone got
Okay.
by a zombie, I think they would tell. I think I'd be good.
Oh, okay. I don't think I would.
Really?
I'd be too embarrassed.
Okay, you're not going to be part of my zombie survival crew.
Yeah,
I
no,
feel like
don't.
it's such a basic. The reason it's so annoying when they don't tell is because you're fucked either way. Like it's just a question of are you gonna risk everyone else?
I would probably just find an excuse because I wouldn't want to be like, hey guys, I got bit by a zombie. That's so fucking embarrassing. I would just like ghost everyone. I'd like run off and go do my own thing.
Okay.
I just don't want to be that guy. And of course, dialing in from the exotic land of Canada, we are joined by the brilliant Melina Ballerina, Mrs. May Ballerina. May, which of these scenarios would you pick? You get a 4-day work week instead of 5-day work week, but all you can eat for every meal is chicken nuggets. Or you get a 6-day work week instead of a 5-day work week, but you have a private chef.
Okay, this is the easiest question I've ever received in my life because
Okay, go for it.
I'm a woman of habit. All right,
Okay.
That sounds like a positive. I just have to eat chicken nuggets every day, and I work 1 day less, brother. All of high school, that's a 5-year period of my life, all I ate for lunch was dried ramen noodles. You think I can't handle chicken nuggets every day?
Hell yes. I love
Throughout
that.
all of college, all I ate was alphagettis, brother. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Pierce, I'm guessing you're also going chicken nuggets.
I honestly don't know. This is such a tough one for me. Because I would get bored of chicken nuggets really quick.
I know, but here's my thinking.
Holy shit.
You don't like working.
Yeah, exactly.
You do like chicken, and you do like chicken nuggets.
That's true. I guess I would have, but I would fucking love a private chef as well. That's the thing.
Yeah. What would you get? What would you get? What would you get if you had a private chef? What would be the first meal you would request?
The first meal? Oh god, I don't know. Probably. Oh, maybe like some lobster paella or something. Something really fancy. What about you guys?
Yeah. Something fancy and pasta based does sound good.
Paella's not pasta based.
Oh, I thought that was pasta. Is that rice?
No, it's a rice. Yeah, it's a rice dish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same thing. The rice is just smaller pieces.
Rice is just small pasta.
Okay, all right, to be clear, I know that's not true.
I'm just saying, like, a private chef is nice. Is it worth working 1 extra day? I can't even handle 5 days a week, brother. Like,
yeah, that's the thing.
And then I'm the type to just pick a meal and then just have that every day of the week. So to me, it just feels like for free you get to work 4 days a week.
I think
Sure,
scallops.
okay.
I'm going scallops. That's
Scallops
answer.
are nice. Yeah, I like scallops. But we are not here to talk about private chefs and zombie bites. We are here to talk
why
about...
did you bring it up?
I will kill you in your sleep if you don't let me do this intro.
Wait, Pierce has to get a question too. Pierce,
Okay.
would you rather be a vampire, a werewolf, or a zombie?
Vampire, werewolf, or zombie? Vampire, for sure.
Why?
because werewolf, you lose control of yourself when you become a werewolf.
Yeah, but like in a sexy way.
Sexy. Vampires are sexy. Have you not seen Edward Cullen?
Yeah, no, that's true.
He's sparkly. We are not here to talk about vampires, werewolves, zombies, zombie bites, or private chefs. We are here to talk about season 3, episode 5 of Gavin and Stacey. Do we want to guess the title?
Beach Day.
Beach Day?
I had 2 ideas, and Ari Beach Day was one of them, so I'll go with the other one. Bank Holiday.
Okay. Ari wins.
Hell yeah.
It's The Beach. Very simple. The Beach was aired on the 25th of December 2009, Christmas Day. This is a Christmas special.
What?
Yeah, crazy, right?
Doesn't feel like one.
No, it does not. Do you guys have any overall thoughts?
It's cute. I don't know.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Very neutral. May?
I like it. It's a good episode. I wouldn't say it's like the best episode, but it is good. I'd just like to shout out Jack for predicting all of that Trevor stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure. I have a note about that.
Predicting. He's seen the episode, so it's not really a prediction. But you know what?
Yeah.
He foretold that season 3, episode 5 might call out Trevor.
Yeah. Yeah, my overall thoughts, like, I'm surprised that you guys aren't more happy about this episode. Like, you know how I said a few episodes ago, like with the curry episode, how that was like one of the ones that springs to mind as my favorite episode? Mm-hmm. This episode is also in that category. Like, I absolutely love this episode. Like, there's no like super iconic moments or like super funny moments, but I just love the good vibes throughout it.
Okay.
Something I was thinking about earlier today with this episode that I didn't write a note for because I just thought of it. So we have 1 episode left this season, right? Or do we have 2?
We do, yeah. This is the penultimate episode.
1, right? Yeah. This is very much to me last episode before the finale episode. You know, like a lot of times on shows,
I get that.
They'll kind of take before like a finale, they'll kind of take a step back and be like, we're gonna go do something completely different.
Yeah,
and kind of build suspense, and then we're gonna jump back into all the.
Yeah, you're very right. Yeah. I hadn't noticed that, but this does have that vibe, definitely, of like a low stakes. We're taking to take a breather before the big finale.
Yeah.
I also mentioned earlier this series that series 3 was clearly filmed in summer, and nowhere is it more obvious than I think in this episode. I think it's just a really feel good time. But how does the episode begin? Where do we start?
Gavin's wearing shorts.
Gavin is wearing shorts. He's on his way home from the shops, and he gets a call from the one and only titular Stacey.
There's going to be an Elvis convention at the beach.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck this is.
I thought for sure this would be more important than it ended up being.
Yeah, right? Like, I honestly don't know whether the Elvis convention was just happening on the day they were filming, like in real life, and they couldn't get around it, or it was written into the episode, because I feel like either way, it's a pretty easy thing to get around filming. Yeah. And also, it's such an unnecessary thing to add to the script. So, there's no reason for either.
It feels like there's always like an Elvis convention or something happening, right? Like,
I disagree. I've never seen an Elvis convention in my life.
I don't mean there's always an Elvis. I don't mean there's always an Elvis convention happening. I mean, there's always like some random thing happening on the beach when you go, right? There's like, I don't know, some beach.
I don't know. To be fair, I don't go to beaches that often.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
I don't live near any good beaches. But like to Pierce's point that like they could have gotten around, they did get like it's mentioned one other time in the episode. It's not like there are Elvises passing in the background, so they were like, we need to explain this. Like, I can't fathom why they added this in if they weren't gonna bring it up much.
It's just fun world building.
It's just funny, yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. All right, so yeah, Gavin and Stacey just have a quick chat. They're just talking about like their plans for the day. Nothing really happens, but Pam and Mick show up on the doorstep, which is fun.
Because clearly one of Gavin's grandparents has died.
Yeah. You guys got any dead grandparents you want to talk about?
I mean, I'll pass. Like,
my grandma was pretty cool, I guess. Like,
yeah, she was.
Okay, chill the fuck out. That's my grandmother, and she died when you were still a minor. So
hell yeah, she did.
Fuck you. How about you, Pierce?
Pierce, tell us about your dead grandparents.
The grandparents, they're dead. There's nothing else to it. When it comes to titles.
Wait, it's actually lush that everybody's nans are fucking dead, by the way.
Oh yeah,
no. It's just like it's so lush that all our grandmothers are dead, and then they just cut the titles. It's wild.
That's lush. But yeah, Pam and Mick are here, and Gavin's like, "This is a bit of a surprise," and Pam's like, "Yeah, well, duh, we wanted to surprise you," which I think is very funny.
Yeah, this was Pete and Dawn's idea. I think it's funny to, I guess maybe it's slightly different because like Gavin, their son, lives there, but I think it's funny to drive 6 hours because it's got nicer weather over there.
Yeah, it is a strange.
Because my parents live an hour away from me, but like if I was like, oh, it's snowing over here, and I called my mom to tell her, and she was like, actually, it's like really sunny over here, I wouldn't be like, I gotta drive an hour. So imagine 6 times that. Crazy.
Isn't it 3 hours?
It is only like 3.5 hours.
Oh, okay. So maybe I'm exaggerating.
No, but still, you are right. It's like
yeah. Pierce, have you ever been to Berry Island? I don't think I've ever asked you.
No, I haven't. I've never even been to Wales.
Wow.
Closest I've been is Bristol.
Because of racism, or what's going on?
but it is good to see that Dawn and Pete are back at each other's throats.
Yeah, the ring beef is still going, which I don't get being this mad about a ring.
It's Pete and Dawn. What do you expect?
Yeah. I wasn't expecting the ring to come back, so that was fun.
Yeah.
Bryn's been in the bath. May, do you have Bryn down as a bath person?
I assume everyone's a bath person until proven otherwise. Because
Oh,
I don't
really?
understand not taking a bath. You guys told me, Pierce, you told me you don't really take baths, and I was like, I pulled a weird face for the viewers at home. Ari, you've taken some baths. That's good.
I like baths. Yeah.
And whenever somebody's like, I'm not a bath person, I'm just like, what kind of baths are you taking? Because like clearly you're taking the wrong ones.
But not only that. Not only is he taking a bath, he's texting from the bath. Hell
yeah.
He is, yeah.
At one point, I'm always texting from the bath, and if ever I have to like call somebody or like make a voice note or something like that, I tend to like turn off the water so that they don't know I'm in a bath. And at some point, I was texting Pierce and Ari, and I made a voice note, turned off the water, made a voice note, and Pierce's first comment was "May's in the bath," and I was like, "Fuck!"
How do I know?
I don't remember that.
Neither do I.
I swear. Well, it's haunting me, so.
Okay. Glenda. Right. I've got a fun fact that I've been really excited to tell you about Glenda.
Ooh.
So Glenda,
she's stalking this house.
she is,
for one
yes.
thing.
But Glenda is the name of the woman who owns Gwen's house, like in real life.
Oh,
She's the person who lives in the West residence.
that's cool.
She's been a part of a couple of the like behind the scenes things that they've done, and she's just the most wholesome old lady ever. Like in fact, up until recently, she used to like get people occasionally like knock on her door and be like, oh, it's the Gavin and Stacey house or whatever. And she would like literally let them come in and give them a tour of the place and like offer them a cup of tea or whatever.
Aww.
God bless that woman.
The exact opposite of the Breaking Bad house.
Yeah, exactly.
Which, to be clear, totally understandable that you wouldn't want people coming to your house. But like, it's just a funny dichotomy.
Yeah, did she learn not to do that?
So I'm fuzzy on this, but she did have to stop allowing people to come in.
That makes
because
sense.
I think it was because the government or someone found out about it, and it was like some sort of insurance regulation or something. As I say, I'm fuzzy on the details, but
free Glenda. Let Glenda do her little house tour.
But there is a positive thing to end on, is that I think they've worked out a situation now where people who go on the official Gavin and Stacey tour, they're allowed in because the tour has the right insurance documents or whatever.
Wait, so is Glenda still kicking around? Is she live there?
As far as I know, she was in 2024 at least. So
we should go. We should go to Wales and visit the Gavin and Stacey house, and then we should like film a little bonus episode.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah,
Glenda, hit us up.
Glenda hit us up. But yeah, I fucking love this Glenda bit. Like, I have no idea where they pulled it from, but it's just so hilarious.
It's pretty silly, yeah.
Yeah, there's some woman like just peeping through her curtains
and then texting, emailing, and posting on Twitter.
And phone calling and everything. Hilarious. But the upshot of it all is that Doris is coming down to the beach with everyone.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But she doesn't have a bikini. Speaking of bikinis, you can get yourself an Another Happy Studios bikini over at shop.anotherhappystudios.com, along with a bunch of other Another Happy Studios.
Yeah, with
merch.
Nathan and Lawrence's faces and no other faces ever.
And maybe at some point some Fishing Trip Files merch if I can get around to designing some.
Yeah, well, if you're just like, fuck those other podcasts, you could also just get a little hat that says Another Happy Studios on it.
Hell yeah, you can. Bryn says a good line here, which is "Little baby Neil the baby," and that just rolls off the tongue so fucking well. I really love that.
It's very cute.
But do we have any more on this scene, or can we move on to Dave's caravan?
I like Bryn's little line. Let me exfoliate.
Oh yeah, Bryn's gonna exfoliate. Good for him, man. You gotta take care of that skin.
Yeah.
But then we're back at Dave coaches his caravan. And we get the Osama moment, which is comes into my head every time I read Obama's name.
I've written unexpected Obama.
This really is a period piece.
Fucking love Obama, man. He was cool.
Was he still around, man? He's not dead.
He posts like book reviews on Twitter now or something.
He's got like an unhinged like playlist every time he shares the Spotify Wrapped. There's like insane songs
he
on
also
there.
does like his top 10 books of the year or something. That's the only thing I'm aware of.
I remember he had
Obama.
Wet Leg on his like Spotify Wrapped.
That's a banger.
Yeah.
He also had like this song. I like the girls that do drugs. Girls with cigarettes in the back of the club.
I don't know that song, but that's hilarious.
I checked it out because it was on his playlist.
I think every current and former U.S. president should have to release their Spotify Wrapped.
Yeah.
This is an excellent plan. You could get a much better idea of the vibes of people if you could see their Spotify Wrapped. Like, I know whether I'm voting for someone based on whether they have Wet Leg in their playlist. But then Dave comes in.
Wait, okay. While Dave is coming in, I have another British question.
Oh.
Ness offers Neil the baby a rusk. What's a rusk?
Oh yeah, I didn't have a note about this. So rusks are just like they're like cookies, but they're specifically designed for babies. Like babies eat them. However, like it's as it happens in the show, Nessa also eats one.
Yeah.
And like it's not uncommon for parents while they're feeding their babies rusks, they'll also have one because they are quite nice. They're just like
I remember my siblings are much younger, and so we'd buy them like little baby snacks and stuff. They have similar. We have I don't think we have whatever that brand is, but we have similar like baby cookies and stuff. Yeah. And I'd be munching on those.
I used to babysit for like a family that had a baby, and like they were showing me their pantry because they were like, when the kids are asleep, you can take a snack if you want. And they were like, and these cookies are for the babies, but you can eat them as well. And I promise you, they're pretty good. And I was like, okay. And then at one point I got really curious and I ate one and I was like, huh.
Do you think Mom thought she was like going wild when she was like, I'm gonna have a
that was the delivery of it was like a mom relating to the youth by being like, look at this cool life hack. You know, like I'm not gonna call the as long as you do it under my roof, I approve of it.
I'm just imagining this mom like the first time she buys his baby cookies, being like, I shouldn't, but I want to.
It very much gave the vibe of like someone who wanted me to think they were cool by suggesting this.
Yeah.
Like I was like, wow, this mom knows how to party.
But yeah, then Dave walks in, he's talking about needing gas or whatever. Now, this is what we in the biz refer to as a metaphor.
Yeah. I picked up on a little bit of that.
Yeah, I wasn't sure whether you guys would pick up on that, but
I majored in English. I know about metaphors.
What's a metaphor, and how would you contrast it to a simile?
But yeah, they basically just start arguing about Ness sleeping with Smithy. Dave's in the right here, to be honest.
Yes.
Nessa should stop telling him to chill out. He has a right to be pissed.
Some Stacey level gaslighting.
I literally wrote Nessa as being very Stacey coded in this conversation. I do think throughout the episode, like, Ness is in the wrong. Like, she's cheating on Dave, or at least kind of cheating on Dave. And she's, like, pretending that, like, he's being unreasonable when he's really not. I do think Dave is being, to be fair, I think Dave is being still a little bit of a jerk, even though he's in the right. Like, I just feel like he's not considering anyone else's thoughts and feelings. Like, I don't know.
I don't know whether I agree with that. What in what way? Can you show you're working?
I don't know. Like, I just, like, or maybe just being, like, willfully obtuse. Like, just the way he's, like, he's just not even trying to take, like, even though Ness is in the wrong, you could still try to take her perspective, you know? Like, I think that would be a good thing to do.
How would he take her perspective on this scenario? Like, she cheated on him.
Yeah.
Or near enough. Like, what more is there to say?
Yeah, and I think he should leave her, but, like,
I
don't know, like, I don't think it's unreasonable for her to, like, go to the beach instead of spending all day in the caravan. And then, like, it isn't her fault that Smithy showed up. She should have maybe communicated with Dave about that, and she should have at this point definitely like, they should be ending this relationship. But I feel like Dave is being kind of like being mad about the wrong things in some way.
Yeah. So towards the end, he gets mad about something different. At the moment, we're just
at this moment, he's just being, like, grumpy and annoying, but he is in the right.
Yeah.
My thing is, I think he's justified all throughout this episode. If somebody, one, came to in a situation where they might have cheated on me, two, tried to hide that from me, and then three, said that they were in the right because they don't technically know if they technically cheated, and then went on, like, some sort of weird, like, beach trip where said person that they cheated on me with was there, didn't tell me when they found out that this person would be there, and then went on, like, some sort of ride where they were playing bumper cars with that person, I'd be kind of a bitch. I don't think I'd have to be polite and be, like, communicating well and, like, make the best fucking decisions. I'd be allowed to call this person a cunt, and I feel like that would be legal. I feel like I could handle that situation however I want.
then you should, okay, but then I think you should just call her a cunt and, like, leave. I find the passive aggressive stuff annoying. I just find him annoying.
I just think I think it's annoying, but he's allowed to be annoying.
Where is he passive aggressive though?
Like, even in this conversation, like, he's just not coming right out and saying.
He's like, oh yeah, we gotta get some new gas. We're nearly empty, ain't we, Ness? That's a bit snarky. But
I feel like it is snarky and it is, like, immature. I think he's totally justified. I think it's fine. I think he's right to do that. I'd do worse. I think it's mature of him that he's not, like, slashing her tires. I think that's well done on his end, and I think it proves maturity.
I almost feel like it would be more mature to, like, just either leave or, like, I don't know, just come out and say what you're thinking. Like, I find this to be, like, I don't know.
I feel like he does say what he's thinking, but Nessa just shuts him down about it. Then he's just like, well, I've already said what I've said. I've already said how I'm feeling. What else is there for me to do except because I want to make this relationship work. I really love this woman. But I want to make it clear that I'm pissed off. And I've already said it one way. Now I've got to do it another way.
Yeah.
Because she's not taking my feelings seriously.
And anyways, I like how she goes, but he's like, I just don't like how there's a chance that, like, you guys did what we do. And she's like, there's no way that happened. And he's like, how do you know that? And she says, because I didn't have my bags, my tools, my cloak. I think that's really funny.
Every single word of that just gets funnier and funnier. It's so good.
It's the delivery as well that's really funny.
Yeah, my cloak. Like, what the fuck are they into, man? I mean, fair play to them. You know, I'm not going to kink shame anyone.
Maybe that's why he's not leaving her.
Yeah, exactly. But then, Bryn arrives. And there's a tiny little thing that I like. When Bryn knocks on the door, he calls out, like, Nessa, Dave, and he also says Neil at the end, as if Neil the baby would be like, yeah, come on in, mate. Like, we're in here.
Yeah. And he comes in, and then, like, he acts like it's, like, way too hot, and then Dave from Dave's Coaches opens a tiny fucking window, and he's like, is that better? And Bryn's like, yeah.
Yeah, way better, yeah. And the upshot of this is basically Bryn invites everyone down the beach, and there's such joy on his face as he's explaining the situation. He's like, Pam and Mick, shipment. Like, he's so thrilled about this entire scenario. But then Dave says no and leaves, and That's basically it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then we go to the beach.
Yeah.
Thoughts on beaches? What are you guys going to the beach? You guys love the beach?
They're fun. They're fun for a little bit.
Yeah. I like a beach in that I like fucking around in the sand and suntanning. I'm not much of a water activity person. For me, swimming is like you. Yeah, for me, swimming is like you get in there until you're no longer overheating, and then you get the fuck out. I'm not fucking playing water polo. I'm not like playing chicken. I'm getting in there. I'm getting out of there. So when like you're at the beach and everybody's in the water, I'm just like, I can't wait to fucking leave this place. But like if there's some people on the beach and I can like suntan, I'm a fan of the beach.
I get. Tell me if I'm wrong. I don't think British people do as much getting in the water at beaches as we do. Like even in this episode, they seem exclusively on the sand. But I feel like your water is just colder than ours.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. We have our water is freezing fucking cold.
Yeah,
I'm not. We also don't really have many good beaches. Like we have a handful at best.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
I am personally not a fan of beaches at all. Like, I'm big Anakin Skywalker over here. Like, I hate sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere. Yeah, I fucking hate that feeling of having sand stuck to me. Awful. Hate it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't like leaving the beach. I don't like when you're all covered in like salt water and sand. It's gross.
Yeah.
But I like getting in the water. I like the waves and stuff.
Waves are fun. I love a wave machine in a swimming pool.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Stacey runs out to greet everyone arriving. They have a lovely little moment between her and Gav. It's just a nice little. It's nice to see them getting along. I just enjoy it.
Yeah, it's been a while since Gavin has been proper smiling. Just crazy. Good on him.
This beach day is a David free zone.
Yeah. And I just want to mention something, because again, this like we know these guys have to break up, but this is another. If I went to a beach because I had a fight with Quentin and my mom said this is a Quentin free zone, I'd leave immediately. I can't stand being in a room with people who have beef with like people that I love. So I just
right.
So I can't imagine being Nessa and being like, fuck yeah, Dave free zone.
Well, okay. So I'm trying to think how to phrase this. So, like, I don't know your answer to this, but, like, okay, say you had a fight with Quentin. Like, would there ever be a situation where, like, you just felt like, I don't want to, like, think about this argument or, like, my relationship stuff for, like, an hour. I'd rather, like, go do this and do other activities for a couple hours? Yes,
but I think there's a difference between that and, like, all of my family getting involved and being like, this is a Quentin free zone.
That's
what
true.
a dickhead. Yeah. Like, I've had issues where, like, I've had, like, a small...
I mean, no one called him a dickhead.
No, but, like, I've had issues where I've had, like, a small nothing argument with Quentin, and then I've like spoken about it to like my mom later on, and every time I've started the sentence with, but he's a good guy and we still love him, and we're not gonna and I want you to know that he's still and every time my mom has had to be like, don't worry, we're not gonna hate Quentin just because of this, and it was like something like fucking minor.
So what you're saying is that like maybe Nessa and Dave's relationship isn't super healthy.
Yeah, but I think that's
so then Gav gets a call from Smithy. I love this interaction between the two of them. Great interaction. Like there's just not just zinger after zinger after zinger. Yeah. It's great. First of all, we got Isle of Bru. Is that French? I feel like that's French. Isle. Is that French?
I don't know. I guess.
Okay, I'm counting it. That's French.
Just pronouncing something with a French accent? Yeah, why not?
Isle of Bru.
And even then, I don't think that's how we'd pronounce berry in French, because there's two R's, so it'd be like Barry instead of Barry.
Oh, that's the same. Shut up. You're being anal about your French
you're
nonsense.
You're trying to ham fist a that's French where there isn't
fucking
any.
Sacre Bleu, whatever. Shut up.
Oh, we forgot to say, Pam mentions that if it wasn't sunny, Barry would be depressing.
Oh, yeah, and Gwen pipes up with, like, yeah, just like where you live, bitch. Like, there's a subtle dig from Gwen. Good
on Gwen.
Yeah.
She knows how to be snarky when she needs to be, which is
for real.
Yeah.
Smithy calls Gavin's gonads empty and useless.
He does, yeah. And yeah, so he, as you say, he starts taking the piss out of Gavin's balls, which don't work. And Gavin is like, fuck you. But Smithy basically calls him out on his bullshit for being hypocritical, right? Because Gary and Simon's uncle, which is also brilliant because they share an uncle.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. Just a little flyby. Gary and Simon's uncle had his testicle removed, and Gavin made up a song about it. So, like, practice what you preach, motherfucker. And did you get the reference from this song that Gavin made up? It was like a parody. Okay. So it's a theme song to a kids' TV show from the I think it's 70s. It's called The Wombles, and it's about like these. I don't know what they're. I think they're just called Wombles. They're made up animals,
amazing.
And they go around Wimbledon like cleaning up litter and being good for the environment. It's really good,
nice.
And it was starring the late great Bernard Cribbins, who was in Doctor Who. I think he did all the voices of all the Wombles in the show. I think I'm not positive on that, but I think he did all the voices. It was really cool. But yeah, this interaction is fucking hilarious because Smithy starts bringing it. As soon as Smithy like starts bringing it up, Gavin is instantly like, he's fucking got me dead to rights here. Like he instantly knows what's coming. Smithy's like, remind me what was the song that you made up? I forget the lyrics. Could you sing it for me right now? And he's just like, no, I don't remember any of it. Shut the fuck up. Fine, you got me. It's really good.
And then I like the bit after that where they're like, stop trying to stop me seeing my son.
Oh yeah, there's a moment where Smithy is like, because he's not sure whether Dave is going to be there or not, and Smithy goes like, well, don't worry about it then, forget it. I'll turn around and go home. I'm sorry.
So this is kind of criminal behavior from Smithy, right? Because if everything was legit, he should have no issues going on this beach trip, even if Dave is there.
Yeah, but everything's not legit.
Yeah.
Which proves my point that Dave from Dave's Coaches should have burned down that caravan as a statement.
His own caravan.
Just as a statement to get it. But just to get attention, just to be like, see, Nessa, fuck you, and then like I don't know, maybe burn down her tarot cards or some shit.
Tarot cards.
Maybe I'm just like more intolerant to cheating than like the average person, but I feel like he's handling this so fucking well.
No, I think it's definitely reasonable. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I do agree. I think he's handling this too well. But I will say, the moment where Smithy is like, don't worry about it, I'll just turn around. That's become like a very popular reaction video GIF thing. Like, I think my favorite use of it was the caption was something like, Putin, when he sees that Margaret from Bristol has set her profile picture to a Ukraine flag, and then it's Smithy being like, don't worry about it, I'll just turn around, forget it.
It's funny.
Yeah, it's really fucking good. But then everyone is getting set up on the beach, and
and everybody's getting set up, and Bryn has like sunscreen on his nose, which is very nice. That's so Bryn. He starts telling a story, and first of all, I love the way Bryn tells a story. He's so fucking good.
Here we go.
He loves to spin a little tale, if you will, and it's a story about how Trevor and Trevor's friend almost killed Bryn. Shout out Jack.
Hell yeah, shout out Jack.
They must have been trying to kill Bryn, right? This sounds like a murder attempt.
Yeah.
I feel like if they were trying to kill him, they would have just let go.
I think they were trying to scare the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Which I guess didn't work because Bryn fucking loved that shit.
Yeah, Bryn was having a great time, man. Bryn is just ever the optimist.
So Bryn basically, he's telling a story, and basically they were like dangling him over some rocks, but they're swinging back and forth, so he had to put his arms out to keep his face from getting crushed. In the process, he broke both his arms. So they were trying to crush his skull, and his arms got in the way.
I guess so.
There's no way you accidentally swing a guy into some rocks hard enough to like break both arms.
We're definitely thinking about this too hard, but I feel like you could say that they knew that he would put his arms out.
Yeah.
So they were like, all we're going to do is break his arms.
Okay.
Like, if they wanted to kill him, they could have very easily, and they would have.
Yeah.
Like, they still had to get him, they still had to, like, pull him back up over the ledge to, like, free him, as it were.
Your Honor!
It's not that fucking deep, bro.
He just broke his arms. We knew he'd be putting his arms out.
But anyway, guys, don't worry, it was just tomfoolery.
It was just some foolery, Pam. But yeah, Jack was absolutely right. Like he mentioned this episode and this exact moment. Everyone remembering Trevor fondly, despite him being a dick.
Yeah.
So Gavin's gonna go get a bunch of sodas for the gang.
Yeah. And Ness wants an Irn Bru.
And if they don't have one there, they go somewhere else.
Have you guys ever tried Irn Bru?
No.
Yeah, I did finally a couple months ago.
Oh really?
So I went to the store and I got they had like an international foods section. And they had like in the international, it's a very big grocery store. So in the international foods section, they had like a specific British section.
Oh shit!
And I asked some British people what I should try from. I sent a picture. I was like, "What should I try from this British section?" British food section. Yeah. They're like, "You have to get the Irn Bru," and so I got.
Oh really? Is that what they said? Yeah. That's crazy. I've tried Irn Bru like twice, I think, and I just remember it being unremarkable. To be honest, I don't.
Yeah.
What did you think of it, Ori?
It was fine. I don't remember.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah. I don't remember either. It just doesn't really... It's like... I don't know what it is. It's just unremarkable. But fucking Scottish people love that shit, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, then Gavin goes to get some drinks and Mick gets his top off and the girls are all basically just getting horny about it.
Yeah, they're singing the British version of a striptease song.
Yeah, there you go.
But before that happens, Doris gives Gavin a fake 20.
Yeah, that's funny.
She tells him to chill out about it, though. I feel like she wasn't joking. I feel like that.
I also, my headcanon is she was not joking.
Yeah, I love Doris so much, man. Like the smirk that she gives when she calls Pam a lucky bitch.
Yeah, the
so
acting is
fucking
very
good.
funny.
She's the best, man. I adore her. But yeah, then when we come to Bryn putting sun cream on Mick, making sure to really rub it into his nipples.
Yeah. So Pierce, you've seen this show several times before we did this podcast. And it never occurred to you that Bryn was gay.
How many times are we going to have this conversation, man? Like, I don't... It's just not something that I was thinking about. It doesn't... Okay. I'm not saying I thought Bryn was straight. I'm not saying I thought Bryn was gay.
Yeah, but he's like making excuses to rub sunscreen into another man's nipples. Like, I just feel like...
You've never dicked around and put sunscreen on your homie's nipples, man?
Yeah, man, chill out. I don't know what you want me to say. I just never thought about it. And, like, I'm still not fully convinced, to be honest.
Okay, all right. I'll let you take that up with the listeners, but yeah.
I'm not one to perpetuate gay stereotypes, okay?
Oh, shit.
If Bryn wants to watch Sex in the City and rub men's nipples, more power to him. But until he admits he wants mixed cock, I'm not taking a stance.
Jesus.
But he was going in on his like legs too when they cut away with the sunscreen. Yeah.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
I feel like he was working his way up.
This is like a cancel off.
But then, Gav heads up to Margot's to get some drinks. Nice little scene with Gavin and Stacey here, with the titular Gavin and Stacey.
Yes, so they talk about how they should probably take a vacation because they're like, these bitches are cramping up our style. We never have a moment alone. And they're like, okay, well, we're alone right now. Bitch, guess what? Smithy's here.
Hell yeah, he is. He's so excited to be alive. I love this. Love seeing Smithy. And Smithy also wants an Irn Bru, which is a fun little thing. The joke here is that Irn Bru is a really like obscure. It's not really obscure, but it's obscure enough that if someone asked for an Irn Bru, you'd be like, "Fucking hell! All right, why are you asking for an Irn Bru?"
Obscure enough that, like, when Nessa ordered an Irn Bru, Gavin was like, what do I do if they don't have? And Nessa was like, go somewhere else.
Yeah, that's... but yeah, Smithy goes down and he joins everyone else at the beach. And this is lovely because it's very clear that James and Ruth, when they were writing it, they're pointing out two things. Two related things, I will say. One being that Dave is not here. And the second being, Smithy is now allowed to have fun with Neil the baby, and those things are related. Like those are two things which are being presented to us very clearly.
Interesting.
And it just feels good to watch. Is the point?
Yeah, interesting. I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah.
Apparently skin cancer's on the up.
Yeah, exactly.
I like how Bryn turns to Doris, like, right, Doris? And Doris goes like, yeah, apparently.
Yeah, she's just egging him on.
At this point, I do have a note that says, I'm stressed out about Dave from Dave's Coaches not knowing Smithy is here. I know they're setting that shit up.
Yeah.
You called it. Well played. Well played.
Look at me.
And then we get Smithy's little panic attack about the rubber ring. Nessa just being like cool as a cucumber, putting it out with her fag. Or popping it with her fag.
Yeah, and I know Smithy thinks that that's hot.
Yeah, he was into it, man. He was like, can you put that fag out on me next, please?
So later we have a scene of like everybody's like reading books and shit. Gwen's reading Harry Potter. She's canceled, right?
I didn't even see that.
Yeah, Gwen's reading the Philosopher's Stone.
And that's her taking an official stance on trans rights right there.
Do we want to go into this? I feel like this is just going to be depressing.
There's a video I saw once that made me really laugh. It was like people reacting to like the Harry Potter movies, and it was really funny. What are the two alternate titles? It's Philosopher's Stone
Yeah, Philosophers and Sorcerers.
Yeah, and one of them was like, "All right, we're watching Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone," and then the other person piped in with Philosopher's Stone if you're nasty. And whenever I hear that book title, that's immediately what I think of. Philosopher's Stone if you're nasty.
That's really fucking funny.
I don't 100% understand why they changed the title for Americans.
It's because Americans are dumb.
I will say ours does have the alliteration and yours doesn't. So I do think ours may be better.
Yeah, but that's you didn't know the word philosopher, so we had to dumb it down for you. Fuck you.
What's this royal we pronoun?
Pierce was the one making that decision.
But yeah, everyone's relaxing, and then we get Bryn popping out of the ocean looking like someone out of Baywatch. Unreal. This is just hilarious. I love it.
I have a headcanon that I'd like to share with you guys.
Go for it.
Of course.
So Gavin comes back with the drinks, right? And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry it took so long. Stacey's rushed up her feet." But when he was there was nobody else. I like to think Gavin just spent more time there, and then he was like, "Yeah, no, she's rushed." And I just think that's really cute.
Yeah. Oh, that's actually really sweet.
Right?
Yeah. I didn't headcanon it. I did notice, but I was just like, fucking, I'll just hand wave it, TV, whatever. But yeah, that's a really cute little headcanon. They just spent some time just chatting and being alone. Because they were talking about how the fact they wanted some alone time.
Yeah, they were talking shit about how everybody's up their grill.
Yeah.
I think, is this where they do the actually, I think it's later. Or there's like a montage where you can see some Elvis impersonators, but that's later, right?
Yeah, that's later.
There's a montage later,
yeah. Doris like makes a joke about empty gonads and then goes sorry, Gav.
Yeah, she catches herself and apologizes, which is hilarious.
She says, "You look like you've frozen your bollocks off. Sorry, Gav."
Yeah. So good, man. And then we pan over and we see Nessa and Smithy building a sandcastle with Neil the baby. Special tap. It's all just very sweet. It's a lovely little scene of them putting together. Nessa is so like aloof about this whole scenario, which I think is really funny.
Yeah, but she gets to see Neil the baby constantly. She doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, well, she's just about the whole sandcastle situation.
Yeah, just about the sandcastle.
She's like, you have to be prepared. The sandcastle, it might just crumble.
This is a 50-50 situation, brother. Do not get your hopes up.
Gavin's jealous of Smithy and his functional gonads. He's like, man, I wish my gonads were this effective.
Yeah. He's pensively watching them, and Mick does notice this, and he sort of tries to chat about it, but Gav sort of walks away for some alone time.
Yeah.
And then we get Pam like trying to convince Mick to go after him and like check in.
He's like, I don't want to talk about sperm.
Yeah, but he is your sperm. And then she ends up calling it essence, which is so stupid. But he does eventually go over and check in on him. They go over to sit on some rocks, and they have a lovely conversation. This is why I love Mick. He's such a solid guy.
he tells Gavin to chill out. He's like, calm the fuck down. Stop. Be more vibes based about this baby.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, anything could happen. And then he mentions the quote, like your Uncle Vinny with the internet thing. And I've said it a million times. It's another one of these things where they give us very little context and somehow that makes it funnier. Every time the show does this, I adore it.
But I feel like this is different in that, like, you can very much guess what happened. The internet thing, and now he can't have access to his kids.
I don't think we can draw assumptions. But then Gavin is like pretty earnest with Mick here. He's like talking about how he feels like he's let everyone down and stuff. It's such a lovely interaction with them. It just warms my heart, you know?
Yeah. Later on, we've got Gavin and Smithy playing on the beach. There's more Trevor stuff. What was it?
Yes.
What was it again?
I don't actually remember. I've just got more Trevor as a dick.
Me too. I just wrote more Trevor stuff.
I remember. Ghost train.
I remember. So they're like, let's go to the fair, and then Bryn's like, fuck that, I'd rather kill myself.
Yeah.
And then somebody else goes like, well, you're just pissed off because like Trevor put you on a merry-go-round at one point and you just kept spinning and it really sucked for you. And he's like, fine, I'll fucking go. There we go.
It was the ghost train. He was obviously getting scared for like hours and hours. Poor Bryn, man. Poor Bryn.
Now we've got the fair montage.
And now we have the montage.
Yeah. Here we fucking go.
I love a montage in Gavin and Stacey.
Yeah.
There's one shot where Ness has a fag on while she's on the log flume, which I adore.
Bryn looks terrified. Everybody else looks like they're vibing. And then it eventually just slows down, and we see Dave from Dave's Coaches looking rightfully pissed.
Caught him red-handed.
Well, you've skipped over the Elvis. You've skipped over the Elvis impersonators.
My apologies. Go ahead.
There's like the part of the montage is like they just show a shot of I guess probably like Stacey's cafe or I don't know, some food establishment, and there's just this long line of Elvis impersonators.
Oh, there was a shot of that like way earlier, right? Like,
okay, well that's why I was like, is this where you see the shot of the Elvis impersonators? And you all are like, no, you dumb bitch, it's later.
Oh no, we were talking. You said montage.
Yeah, it was like in a montage, kind of like not like this, but like a little one.
There was the shot of the Elvis impersonators when everybody first came to the beach because they were at Stacey's restaurant stand. But like maybe there was another one during the montage. I just don't remember.
Oh, okay. But yeah, fucking Dave catches Ness and Smithy red-handed on the bumper cars. You guys fans of bumper cars? What are your if you're going to the fair, what are you?
I don't like roller coasters. I don't like anything really where like you're strapped in and you can't like control your movement. I haven't been on a bumper car since I was a child, but I did like them when I was a child.
Yeah.
Bumper cars for me are all right. I don't do them more than once just because like at one point you just get like caught in a corner and it's just so stressful. I'm like trying to get out of this fucking situation, and I'm just like, I can't wait for these cars to fall. And then there's always like a stress, like, can I hit a kid? Probably not.
I'm a big fan. I've been on bumper cars since I was like as 13 or so, but fucking love that shit. Love
okay, well, what are you doing at a fair?
Bumper cars.
Okay. I throw up a lot on roller coasters. I'll be so for real.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I not on purpose, obviously. I take
Why
like
would it be on purpose?
And my favorite fair ride used to be this thing called the Dragon because I just never had thrown up on it. And all it is, it's a pirate ship and it goes back and forth like this.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know.
And at one point,
I've seen those.
At one point, right, I was doing that. And then I was like, I could tell I was going to throw up, and I was with a group of really cool girls, and I was like, fuck me.
No.
And then everything started slowing down, and I like stopped talking because I didn't want to throw up. And the girl next to me was like, Maylena, are you okay? And she thought I was like having a panic attack, and that's why I wasn't talking. She's like, okay, we can stay here. And then everybody like started like keeping me from leaving because they thought they were trying to like get me to not have a panic attack. I was trying not to throw up. And then what happened was the guy started saying like, you guys have to leave. And she was like, fuck you. And then like she left and I started getting up to leave. I threw up. No one noticed, right? And then I tried to, but then wait, because there's throw up on the ship. So I was like trying to tell the guy, and he was like, everybody leave, stop trying to have a conversation with me, fuck off. And I was like, fine. And I like ran out, and I just heard like, ew. And so now I just don't fuck with amusement park rides in general.
I feel like that was 100% that guy's fault.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you should have been like, "What's wrong? Why are you staying on the ride?"
Yeah, there's no way that is your bad.
And then the cool girls, like a bit after it, was like, "Oh, gross! They found throw up on the ship." And I was like,
You're just there like, ugh. Can you imagine?
That's such a win.
Oh, so good. But the next scene is outside the West residence. Nessa and Dave coaches. They pull up in the aforementioned coach. And they're basically just arguing. I do like the line, "You know I loves the bumper cars." Like, Dave just loves driving in any scenario.
I like how he starts bitching about Smithy, and he says,
Yeah.
"Doing his fucking robot."
Yeah. They have a great little a moment where they're both talking at the same time. I love it when that happens. And yeah, I still feel like Dave is valid here.
Yeah.
Like, Nessa has clearly like broken trust with Dave.
Yeah.
Fair enough, she's got to see Smithy. He's the father of her child. But like, you know, just I don't want to say keep your distance, but fucking keep your distance. Like, just don't get in the same fucking bumper car with each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's a difference between needing to be cordial with the father of your son and like getting in a bumper car situation with him, like a few weeks after like cheating on after probably cheating on
like
him.
it sounds less when you say it out loud, it sounds less egregious than it actually feels in real life when you're looking at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So the next scene is Bryn at Dick Powell's buying some meat, and I think this is really funny for many reasons. First of all, Dick Powell has been mentioned as being like Bryn's friend a lot in the show, and he speaks Welsh.
Yeah.
And Bryn does not speak Welsh. Like, we've established this, and he has to yell so that they can understand each other. But they're still the best of friends.
I don't think they're best friends. They're like
How has Dick Powell been on Doctor Who?
We've met Dick Powell before.
Have we?
I forgot.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, Dick Powell. So Dick Powell was in series 1, episode 4. It was either 3 or 4. It's the one where they all go to the everyone goes to Barry. Oh no, it was definitely 4. When they all go to Barry and they have the bands read. Remember I talked to you about the wedding bands?
Yeah. And how long was Dick Powell on screen for?
I don't know. He talked about his favourite sandwich, which was chicken and Glamorgan sausage, and you corrected me because I'm still saying Glamorgan.
So maybe like a minute of screen time.
Oh, that's pushing it. I'm talking like 10 seconds.
Okay, and that was like 9 months ago.
Pierce might be getting red for filth right now.
Whatever. The point is, I've already looked him up, and I'm not going to look him up again.
Okay, alright, fair.
But yeah, I don't think it's never been implied that Bryn and Dick are best friends, or in fact friends at all. They just know each other, and like Dick Powell sold Bryn the dodgy sat-nav that made everyone late to the wedding reception.
I just feel like whenever Bryn's telling a story, he was like, "I was with Dick Powell."
He definitely buys a lot of stuff from Dick Powell.
He went to the Castle Arcade with Dick Powell. They went to Bumpers, which was mentioned in the Cardiff episode.
Yeah. I also think it's pretty funny that like at some point in this scene, Bryn establishes that he can only get through to Dick Powell if he's yelling, right? Yeah. But then later on tries to convince Mick that like the meat's a good deal by saying that it's 87 pence for 3, and Dick Powell smiles, meaning that he understands that, even though Bryn was whispering and speaking in English.
Oh my god, yeah. Dick Powell is just fucking with him. He speaks English. He speaks perfect English.
I do think that may be the case.
He doesn't even speak Welsh. He's just making up random noises as he speaks.
That'd be funny if it followed him and he went to like a different client and he's just speaking English.
Yeah. I've still got Bryn on the hook. He still thinks I'm Welsh, fucking idiot.
He was told to do this by Trevor.
But fucking yeah, 87 pence for 3 steaks. What an unbelievable deal. Ari, would you buy a steak if it was 87 cents for 3 steaks? Would you buy some?
No.
Okay.
What did you think? What did you think I was gonna say?
I don't know. You might have come up with some sick business opportunity where you could resell them for more money.
What's a food you dislike?
Mushrooms. I really don't like mushrooms.
Enchiladas.
Okay.
If you could buy a bag of enchiladas for 87 pence for 3, would you do it?
Yes, of course I would. I like enchiladas. I just think burritos are better.
Okay.
We've been through this.
All right. What about mushrooms? Mushrooms? If you could buy if you could buy 3 pounds of mushrooms for 87 pence, would you do it?
Can I buy multiple sets of multiple pounds? Like, can I buy a bunch of them?
Why not?
Okay, then yes, I'll buy shitloads and sell it for profit.
How would you do? What's your infrastructure? How would you do that? How would you get the mushrooms to the people?
Yeah, because you say you don't like being social and leaving the house, but that I feel like you would have to be social and leave the house a little bit.
But how many mushrooms a day do you think you could sell?
I'm not going to sit here and devise a business plan on a fucking Gavin and Stacey podcast.
Okay, but do you see why I wouldn't buy the steak?
We're having a better conversation now than we were from the no, is what I'll say.
Pierce, do you think you would need some type of permit to sell these mushrooms, or do you think you could?
Whatever.
Because usually when I want mushrooms, I don't go like, I hope someone in my neighborhood is reselling them. I just go to the grocery store, brother.
I'd stand outside the grocery store. All right, they're having a barbecue.
Yeah.
And Smithy is like, I just love barbecues. Like, he's so fucking into it.
He says, fuck the environment as well.
Yeah. Gavin tries to be woke about the environment, and Smithy just shuts him back down with, let's all buy a Prius and have a shit in the woods, which is such a great line.
Because what does Smithy say? He says he's eats a lot of barbecue and then throws away the extra or something.
They're using these disposable barbecues, which are one-time use.
Oh, that's right.
Foil containers, and he just chucks them away.
Yeah. He also later on says that he's against the smoking ban, so for some reason he had to be here's a few of my unwoke takes in this scene.
But yeah, Doris then starts. Doris starts singing the Smiths.
Yeah, Gavin and Smithy start doing a really good impression.
Yeah, they do a good Morrissey impression, and Dave fucking hates it, man. He's not into it at all. But they're talking about outdoor heaters and stuff, and they do a bit here where they mention aloe vera, and 2 people, I can't remember who it is, but 2 of them say aloe vera, like hello Vera.
Yeah.
So stupid. And what's next?
Well, what's next is that what happens next is Stacey texts Gavin to come inside, and they start.
Yeah.
So Gavin comes inside, obviously, and which is unrelated to them trying to have a kid, because that wouldn't do anything. I don't know if you've heard, but Gavin has a low sperm count.
I was aware of this.
Yeah. They start talking about they start talking about the fact that, like I said, Gavin has a low sperm count, and Gavin puts a limit. He's like, if my sperm don't act right by the end of the year, I say we give up on them and we just adopt. Yeah, if they don't get their shit, they don't lock in by December 31st. And I say, if you get pregnant on January 1st, just to teach them a lesson, we get an abortion.
We abort that shit. Yeah. And so they start talking about that, and they're like, damn, it's sad that we're gonna have to adopt a reject baby, huh?
It's also there are other options too.
It's
you can do IVF.
I mean, she does say we can start looking into adoption and things. So I feel like they cover it.
Yeah.
But I actually think this is really lovely delivery on this line from Joanna Page when she goes it's ever so sad, isn't it? I feel like it's really well done.
Yeah. But then they get interrupted by the fact that Dave is talking to Smithy. Gavin goes holy shit. And they're like,
yeah, no, they are here.
Fucking...
They are here for this drama.
Yeah.
Who cares about your useless gonads? Let's talk about the two people whose gonads have been the topic of conversation before.
They are straight outside to catch up on this.
Yeah.
But it turns out it's just Dave. Dave Coach is just clearing the air.
Yeah.
Smithy is clearly not happy about the fact that they're both getting married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
they shouldn't be getting married.
They shouldn't.
The way that you said that, Pierce, made it sound like Dave from Dave's Coaches and Smithy were getting married. And Smithy wasn't happy about it.
I bet he fucking wasn't. But they do shake hands. But I will say that Smithy does a very sort of passive-aggressive look when he shakes Dave's hand. Like, he's clearly still pissed off.
Yeah. And it's very funny to me that, like, okay, so there's tension, obviously, right? But, like, they can still talk to each other. And then the fishing trip gets mentioned and everybody goes silent as if that's a worse situation.
Yeah. Mick brings it up. He's like, because they're talking about the fact that Jason is coming back down.
Yeah.
And Mick is like, so all the fishing trip fiasco, that's all sorted then. And then just dead silence. Like, no one is saying anything.
It's very funny to me.
Yeah. But to break the silence, Bryn does a toast to Nessa and Dave Coaches. They're getting married in 3 weeks. And we got to credits.
Hell yeah.
Do we have any more notes?
No.
No, my last note is Jason! Exclamation point.
Oh, hell yeah. There we go.
Hell yeah.
Do we have any predictions about what is going to happen in the finale?
Well, the wedding's not going to happen, is it?
Okay.
Well, they might, start doing the wedding and then, have a dramatic,
oh, like
a hurricane might come. A hurricane might come.
Hurricane.
The masts are gonna come back.
This is it, the finale where the mast returns. Well, anything else? Like, other than the wedding just not happening?
Yeah. Well, no, I think it is. I think if I had to lock in a prediction for what's going to happen next episode, I would say that they're going to be preparing for the wedding, and then midway through preparing for the wedding, they're going to realize that they don't actually want to do this.
Like, preparing as in it's going to be like the day before the wedding, or the day of the wedding, or the week of the wedding?
Yeah, it's going to be around there somewhere.
Okay. Anything else?
No. How about you? Anything else?
I have no predictions. I'm going into it with an open mind.
Sick.
But on that bombshell, it is time for 3 good things. For those of you who might not know, at the end of each episode, we each like to share a good thing that's happened to us recently, and just leave the episode on a high note. Ari, what's your good thing?
It's a holiday this week in America, so I have a slightly shorter work week.
Hell yeah.
Shit! What holiday?
It's American Thanksgiving.
Oh shit! Of course. Sorry, yeah, that's my bad. It's kind of a big one.
So I'm gonna go up to Virginia to see some family.
Oh hell yeah! Nice. That's fucking sick. Oh geez, Virginia? That's so far.
Yeah, we're taking a plane.
Oh okay, that makes sense. You looking forward? What do you eat at Thanksgiving? Because you can't have turkey because you're a fucking.
So it turns out,
woke liberal vegan.
Well, no. So most of the family is not vegetarian. So there will be a turkey. The last couple of years, actually, I've been because there are a couple other vegetarians in the family, or like pescatarians. So I've been doing, actually, to bring it back to the beginning of the episode. I've making some scallops for Thanksgiving.
Ooh.
Oh hell yeah!
Or if you cut that, I've been making some scallops for Thanksgiving.
Hell yeah!
Recently, but this year actually, my grandparents are hosting, and so just to make things easier for them, I think they're going to end up doing most of it catered.
Sick. When are you leaving? Like, what date?
Literally Thanksgiving morning, because I only get Thursday and Friday. I only get Thursday and Friday off work.
Pierce, what's your good thing?
You do yours first.
What? Okay, well, this is pretty... Well, this is like... You said happened to us recently. Mine is also in the future. Monday, so tomorrow, for me, is my 8-year anniversary with Quentin.
Oh, that's lovely. What, you guys got any plans?
Well, okay, we're not sure about this. Because, like, here's the thing. Quentin's birthday was on November 11th, and because there was a snowstorm, and because Quentin didn't have his winter tires yet, because it usually doesn't snow in November anymore, we weren't able to do what we wanted to do on his birthday, which was go to a dinosaur museum and then eat at Alpha's, which is a poutine place that Quentin really likes. And I said, let's just do it for our anniversary instead. Quentin said, that's not fair. That's just stuff I like. Let's do something you like too. I said, I like Alphas. He was like, you don't like dino. Anyways, it's a whole thing. So we're still trying to determine if we're going to go to the dinosaur museum.
Oh, sick. So what was your favourite year of being with Quentin? Has it been the best year yet? Or did you have like a better one like nearer the start?
Has it peaked yet?
Have you already peaked, or are you like, you still getting better every year?
I don't know. I think they're all...
How was your relationship going?
What's the biggest
How's your
fight
sex
you
life,
guys
mate?
What's the biggest fight you guys have had yet, and what was the beef? I will say every year is pretty much this. I wouldn't say there's like been a bad year with Quentin yet. If I had to pick one that I'm like, this is a notable year, the year I moved in with Quentin was pretty cool. Because then we went from seeing each other like pretty rarely to seeing each other like constantly, going to IKEA together, but figuring out what we like to eat together and stuff like that. That was fun.
Yeah, that's cool.
Pierce, what's your good thing, you asshole?
Oh, okay, Jesus. So my good thing is a bit of a roller coaster. All right. So you guys are in May. You probably think you know where this is going, but there's a big part of this, or there's a few big parts of this story that I've kept secret from you.
Whoa.
I forgot this was going to be your good thing, and now I'm really excited.
So my ear has been fucked for the past for the past couple of weeks.
Yes. And you've been handling it great.
I have. May, the secret is it's all your fucking fault.
What?
May, you're always yapping about how much you love baths. Like, how often, even in this episode, like, how often you have a bath? I want to say, like, a few times a week.
I'd like to say, like, twice a day, maybe.
Okay, twice a day. There you go. I thought it was a few times a week. Twice a day.
Fuck no.
I haven't had a bath in, like, 15 years. I'm a shower boy, right? So about a week or so ago,
this is crazy.
I was like, fuck this. I want to see what all the hype's about. I ran a bath. I got in. Oh, my God. I have never felt so relaxed in my entire life.
Right?
Shit was unreal. You ain't lying. It was absolutely god tier. It's like being in bed, but 10 times better because you don't weigh anything.
Yeah,
and it's like completely encapsulating and warm.
Exactly.
It was unbelievable. If you have a bath and you haven't taken a bath in 10, 15 years, take one. It's the best thing in the world.
Okay.
But then I got out of the bath, and the first thing I noticed, as soon as I got out, I felt awful because like I was no longer in pure bliss anymore, right? I was back to feeling how I normally do.
Yeah.
It was like coming down off heroin. I'm not exaggerating. I was sweaty, my entire body ached, I had the shakes, it sucked, right? And then obviously this is where you guys come in. This is where you guys will catch up on the story because I got out of the bath and I felt like there was water stuck in my ear. And I figured it would clear itself after 10 minutes like it normally does, and it didn't, right?
Yeah.
A few days go by, still couldn't hear shit out of my right ear. I tried everything, like jumping up and down, smacking the other side of my head, warm compress, laying without earface. I did everything, all right? No cigar. And then it started to ache after like a day or two. So I went to a place to get my ear like suctioned, or I think it's called microsuctioned or whatever it is. And they were like, right, yeah, your right ear is plugged with wax. You need to use one of these, you need to use like these ear drops for like a week to soften the wax and then come back a week later. And then we'll be able to fix it for you. They also said that the other ear was pretty bad as well. I'd never noticed the other ear, but apparently that one, they'd clear that for me as well as a bonus. So I'm like, fine, whatever. I start using the drops.
Yeah.
A day later, after I start using the drops, my ear hurts and unbelievable. It was debilitating, right? I was not able to stop clutching the side of my face. Yeah. I was gonna go to the A&E about it, like gonna go to the hospital, like the emergency room, because I was in so much pain. But I was like, all right, I'll give it a day. And then I'll see what happens. The next day, I woke up, the pain was gone, and then around midday, I heard a pop, and I could suddenly hear out of both ears again. So, all good. I went to my appointment, which was earlier on today, as we're recording. And they cleared my ears, and it felt really nice. They sucked all the shit out of my ears, and it was really, really good.
Hell yeah.
Amazing.
Bro's got the cleanest ears in here.
Moral of the story is don't take baths because you feel like you're having hard drug withdrawals and then be down 60 quid.
No.
Wait, Pierce, I have a couple questions. So first, can you hear better now?
I thought it was going to be more dramatic, but I can hear a little bit better. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's cool when you get a little superpower.
Yeah.
Yeah, a tiny little superpower.
So before May, because May's like a bath expert, I take maybe a couple baths a week, but so I'm like a bath, like maybe like a bath intermediate. I feel like May's a bath expert. But, my intermediate advice would be, I feel like it feels really good to get out of the bath. Like you feel bad for a minute, but then when you put on, like if you get really nice and dry and then put on some nice pajamas, that feels really nice to me.
Yeah.
Oh no, man! It felt nothing helped.
Get cozy.
I had to sit here and just do nothing for like 10 minutes because I was.
You know what I think it is? I think it's just I'm so used to baths that it doesn't feel like a dramatic to me. Like your whole talking about how it was the most relaxing experience of your life. It's just a bath, man. I take morning baths because I get out of bed, it's fucking cold, and the only way I can convince myself to not just get back in bed is to be like, you'll be warm in the bath, just get to the bath.
Yeah. The thing is, you've built up a tolerance to it. So you've built up a tolerance to the bliss, and you've also built up a tolerance to the come down. I haven't built up a tolerance to either.
No, because
so it's like it's both amazing and awful for me at the same time.
No, because here's the thing. First of all, I want to know, like, why didn't you tell us that it was a bath for? Is it because you knew you were going to bring it up on the pod?
yeah. I knew it was gonna. I wanted to bring it up on the pod and have your reactions recorded.
This is so funny. Because I did kind of notice. I had no idea you were going to do. But I did kind of notice that you never said the word shower.
I always said like hygiene, a water hygiene thing.
Hygiene routine. But I thought you were just being a silly. I thought you were just being a silly little guy, though.
Yeah, that's what I hoped. I hoped you would just be like, yeah, Pierce is just being Pierce, is saying hygiene instead of shower, whatever.
I would suggest, right? Either the first one is my trick, the second one is Quentin's trick. Either you just stay in there until the water gets cold enough that you're like slowly brought down to reality instead of like
maybe that's
because like it's a slow come down. Or Quentin's trick, before you get out of the bath, because you'll be like hot all over, you turn on the water as cold as it goes and you just run your face down it, and it makes your face cold, and it feels nice because it's a nice contrast between, and then once you've done that, you get out of the bath. But I don't think the solution is to blame your fucking earwax problem on a bath you had.
It was 100% the bath's fault. If I'd never taken that bath, I would still be up 60 quid.
I've been taking baths for decades and this has never happened to me.
No, that was like the final straw. Like it would have, if it hadn't happened in that bath, it would have happened 5 showers from
to break character. Like, I know, I realised that. But thank you ever so much for listening. If you'd like to keep up with the show, you can find us on TikTok, Instagram, and Blue Sky. We don't really post much on there, but follow us anyway. Or if you want to get in touch, roast us for our bad takes or give us yours, you can email us at tftf@anotherhappystudios.com. I do have an email that I'd like to read to you both. Have you both already read this?
I haven't. I made a choice not to read it. I know May.
Okay, May.
I've read it, and Pierce yelled at me, and so now I'm logged out of the Gmail.
Yeah, I like to read the emails to you. I like it.
He was like, Maylina, I like the power of you not knowing stuff that I know. So he was like, log out of there, or I'm replacing you with any other French Canadian bitch.
May, do you want to read the email then, since you've already read it?
Oh, okay, yeah. Let me pull it up then. Hell yeah. All right, this is from Rach. Dear Fishing...
Hello, Rach.
Hi. Dear Fishing Trip Files, allow me to begin by expressing to you most sincerely that your wonderful podcast is the highlight of my fortnight. The time period, not the video game. Although if you haven't planned a collaboration with them, perhaps you should consider it. I believe the player base is crying out for Pierce's skin.
Hell yeah! Thank you, Rach.
Amazing.
I wish the rest of this missive could be so complimentary. Wow, we got some fancy words in here. I wish the rest of this missive could be so complimentary. However, it is with a heavy heart I must lodge a truly grave complaint. I believe the honor of a great man, in bold, has been besmirched by your hand. I speak, of course, of the veritable titan of public transportation that is Dave Coaches. This is crazy.
Veritable titan is so good.
Yeah. And your latest
after May went so hard for David Coaches a couple episodes ago too.
Yeah, it's past me, really. Rach is just me a few weeks ago. Okay. In your latest episode, you make reference to the fact that my beloved Dave is backseat driving. However, this is in bold, vicious slander. Dave is clearly attempting to save Bryn from seeking deeper into a life of crime. As you may be aware, driving in the outside lane for extended periods when there is space to move left contravenes Rule 264 of the Highway Code and is punishable by an on-the-spot fine of £100, as well as 3 penalty points on the driver's license. Furthermore, as most speedometers overread by 10%, it is likely Bryn was actually traveling below the speed limit and preventing a safe and legal overtake.
Hang on.
I should say we should stop this for me to say this because I'm a paralegal, right? And I've actually I've actually done legal research about speedometers specifically and their margin of error.
Shit.
Margins of error and this that the court accepts, okay? So maybe like the court is accepting too small a margin or something like that. They accept 2 kilometers of a margin of error as and 3 if they're being very, very generous. So I don't know if that's 10%. You know what I'm saying? And I've done legal research on this. At least in Canada.
We also know that Bryn is very careful about his car, right? He loves his Picasso, and I think it's slander to say that Bryn wouldn't have that shit MOT'd and on lock. His Speedo is perfect.
And do you know what is illegal?
Go on.
Putting the infant you're responsible for in the front seat of the car.
Oh, shit. Yeah, Dave.
And she knows because she works with kids. And I should say, like, this legal research I've done is for Canada. I don't know if, like, the UK is more lenient on it, but I would love to read the case law on that because I think it's weird that, like, the UK would have a drastically different interpretation of, like, speedometer margins of error, I guess. I would
also like to point out that Rach says that you aren't allowed to. She said something along the lines of you're not allowed to stay in the left lane if you're able to move right. At no point do we see whether Bryn is able to move right, so that is just completely invalid. I'm gonna that one should we can just chuck that one in the bin first of all.
Yeah.
Continue, May.
Dave also suggests a shorter alternate route, which could have lowered the overall emissions produced by Bryn's disgraceful fossil fuel engine, thus protecting our planet from the devastating effects of climate change. Okay, let's all get in our Priuses and
I will say this got cut from the episode, but I'll include it here. I did mention that was a good tip from Dave. And I said that while we were recording. I'll include that here. Dave is doing some like classic. He's doing literally backseat driving, and both Nessa as well is also sick of this. Mm-hmm. Like Nessa and Bryn are both sick of his shit. But I will say one tip that Dave does give is to come off the motorway and for a few miles to avoid like speed cameras and stuff. And this is like a decent tip. Like fair enough, like you can say that, but everything else is like bullshit. Like fuck off.
Yeah, but Dave. When Bryn is like, no, I don't want to do that. This is the way I like to drive. Like he should have left it there. Be like,
yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah. And I do like that Bryn calls him Mr. Clarkson as well. Yeah, so I just cut that out because it was nothing, as you heard. Like it wasn't worth keeping in. But I do agree with that, and I did say it. So fuck you, Rach.
Yeah,
I got there first.
Rach, by the way, this isn't a Noreen situation where we're actuallying you, by the way. We don't want to have like a situation where we have beef with 2 listeners.
We're just matching your vibe.
Yeah, we are. Listen, if I'm going to use my paralegal degree for anything, it's going to be like actuallying people who write into TFTF.
For sure.
Bryn, it's so funny that I did research on that specifically. That's so specific. Okay, And it's come in handy like more times than you would think. Like every 6 months or so, that fact comes in handy. Okay, Bryn, the rotten little petrol head that he is, thoroughly rejects this.
Come on now.
Thoughtlessly rejects this. I'm sorry. Bryn, the rotten little petrol head that he is, thoughtlessly rejects this. I can only imagine by now he has also removed his catalytic converter and had his ECU tuned to pop and bang. Sickening. I don't know what this part is.
I don't know what it is. Yeah,
I don't know cars at all.
I know people steal catalytic converters, and that's a big problem in some parts of the US, but that's about all I know about that.
My grandpa's a huge car guy, so I've had many an opportunity to learn about cars, and each time in one ear out the other, for real. I hope in 2040, when the entire of Barry Island is underwater, he repents for this, but alas, I doubt it. I have sent the
Bryn's
footage.
Just a silly little guy.
It's so funny that like we have a listener that loves Dave from Dave Coaches and hates Bryn.
Yeah, right.
It's such a funny combination. I have sent the footage of Bryn's blatant and unrepentant road traffic offense to the relevant authorities. However, I suspect that as it was not submitted within the requisite 7 days of the incident, he will get away with it this time. With greatest respect, Rach. P.S. Dropping character to say, I really love the pod and I'm gonna be so gutted when it ends, and then a little heart emoji. And that's just so that we don't call Rach out too hard. Put that in there.
It's really dangerous writing into this podcast.
We will just shit on you.
I do wonder how Bryn would respond to that email if it was read out to him.
I don't know we haven't really seen Bryn get called out on anything really. He just
because who would call out Bryn?
Yeah, because Bryn's always right about everything. That was lovely. Thank you so much, Rach.
Yeah, that was great.
Thanks, Rach.
If you want to help out the show, we'd love it if you could leave us a review or rating on your podcast platform of choice. Those things really do help us out. And once again, this podcast is produced by Another Happy Studios, so please do go check out all the other wonderful stuff from them by going to anotherhappystudios.com. There's also a shop there now where you can buy a Still Got Legs bikini. But for now, we'll see you on the Wednesday after next at 10 a.m. with the next episode. And as we always say, au revoir.
Adios.
Rock and roll.